Hello everybody, and welcome to a weekly message from Jesus. Each week we bring you his words, and we hope that you tell your friends about it. So without any further delay, let us hear the message from our Father. Hello everyone, I am back once again to speak with you. Today I want to speak to you about righteousness. Righteousness is a word that is used very much in the Gospels. Many of you probably do not even know what it is. Well, I'm going to give you a very, very simple message and a simple definition for righteousness. It is, as I speak to you, doing the right thing. You should not show anger. You should take hatred from your heart. You should live a good life. You should help others. You should just simply do the right thing. Righteousness is common sense. Why would anybody worry about things over which they have no control? Why would you start battles by showing anger or hatred? None of that makes sense. If you just sit back and think about the simple truths, all you need to do is live a good life, show common sense, be good to others. If you harm others, then you obviously are not being righteous. I know that many of the churches spend hours and days telling you how you should live your lives. Well, I can do this in a very short period of time. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That is another very common sense phrase that you hear all the time. But it is true. If you do not want anger shown towards you, do not show anger towards others. If you do not want hatred shown towards you, do not show hatred towards others. I could go on with these examples, but I know many of you think my messages are too simple. They are meant to be simple. When I walked the earth, I spoke a very simple message. Do you think that I spoke in parables that nobody could understand? I spoke to individuals that were poor. They were living under very difficult conditions. They had not had any education. They were trying to simply raise their families and live a life that was as good as possible for the times. My messages were incredibly simple. I told them that if they lived a good life, they would join me in heaven. What could be more simple than that? Most of the things that I speak of are just simply common sense. Now, if you follow my messages, then you will live a good life, you will be righteous, and you will join me in the realms, and your guides will be very pleased with you when you come home. If you spend time worrying about things over which you have no control, then you will not be living a happy life. Worry leads to depression. Depression can lead to many, many other things. Just simply live each day as you would want others to live with you. If you simply show goodwill towards others, treat them like you want to be treated. What could be more simple? Religions have complicated my messages through the years. They have spent years rewriting my words. I just want you to learn to live a very simple life. Live simple lessons, show love, and what could be better? It is only the reason that the churches thought that they had to complicate my words, that they had to make it so if you wanted religion defined, you had to come to that church. That's not the way it is. Churches should simplify things, just as my messages to you each week are simplified. If a church complicates its messages beyond the comprehension of its members, then it is not doing its job. If it is introducing fear, then it is really not doing its job. I never spoke of fear. Fear was introduced by the churches so that members would come to them and think that that was the only way that they could receive salvation and go to heaven. They were told to fear hell. What could be worse than burning in a place for eternity? That is the message that the churches introduced. That is not a message of which I ever spoke. I want you to pay attention to the simplicity with which I speak to you. That is the same simplicity that I used when I spoke to individuals as I taught and walked the earth. It was a very difficult time. No one had ever spoke of religion in the way that I spoke of it. The Romans certainly disapproved of it. They persecuted Christians for almost 300 years after my death. But my messages were remembered. There were individuals that followed me. They followed me to their own deaths rather than to give up and not believe that they would be joining me in heaven. There are many, many people that sacrifice much to follow my words. Sacrifice is not required to follow my words. All you need to do is listen to what I say, use common sense towards others, and, as I have said earlier, show unto others as you would have them show unto you. I hope that I'm not disappointing you with the simplicity of the way I speak. What you are hearing is the way that I actually spoke when I walked the earth. You are hearing the words coming directly from God. What more could you expect? I know many of you do not believe that Barry is actually speaking my words. Well, once again, I can assure you that he is. He has no idea what he's going to say when he sits down in that chair. He is going to say what I want him to say, and he does that. So once again, listen to my words. Do not complicate them. Live a good life. Show love to others. Do not show anger. Raise your family in a manner in which you would want to be raised. It's all common sense. Living in the realms of my heaven is something that will happen to all of you when you pass. How you are judged when you pass will depend on how you treat others, how you live your life, how you raise your family, and how you do all of the things that common sense would have you do. So once again, I'm going to bless all of you. I do this every week. I hope that when I say those words, you feel my energy. I am real. I am speaking to you because I want you to love life, to love me, and to look forward to the time when you join me in heaven. So goodbye. I will be with you once again next week, and we will have another message. Just use common sense in your lives, and all will be well. So goodbye. Thank you for listening. Please tell your friends about my messages. It could be the most important thing that you ever do in your life. So goodbye. Thank you, Father. Once again, an incredibly powerful message. We will be back with you again next week. Please listen to us on our YouTube channel. My name, Barry STrohm. We are on Podomatic.com if you want to download the messages. Buzzsprout. We are many, many places. So thank you for listening. Goodbye, and we'll speak again next week.